Good morning, friends, and welcome to the pre-market view. European markets were up about 1 to 1.5% as the data from Germany about investor confidence were at 3-year high and much better than expectations. And in fact, the sentiment for the entire Eurozone was much better. And US markets were also up about 0.4 to almost 0.7% as there are expectations of more M&A deals, and also the effect of the better investor sentiment had some positive effect on the US markets. And importantly, Google reported extremely good set of numbers, and the stock also was high at more than about $800 as the company is looking at new products and areas to improve its revenue going forward. When we look at the Asian markets, Japan is up almost about 0.7%, and most of the other markets including Australia, Korea, Taiwan, they are up anywhere from about 0.3 to 0.6%. Importantly, Japan also had some economic data wherein the trade deficit was at a record high, and the export growth after a lull of almost about 6 months reported a growth, which is a bit of a positive for the Japanese markets. And when we look at the flows, the FIs were net sellers to the tune of about 182 crore in the cash market, and they were sellers in the future index to the tune of almost about 430 odd crore, and the domestic institutions were biased to the tune of 25 crore. This is after a long time that we are seeing selling in the cash market by the FIIs. In yesterday's trade, friends, our market recovered in the last about 1 hour of trade on the back of better advanced decline, and also we have seen that the breadth of the market is much better, and the volume was also on a reasonably good level, but because it is not supported by any kind of a flow, one doesn't really know how sustainable this rally could be. On that note, let me invite Shaival to take us through important F&O cues, strategies and ideas that we can have in the F&O markets.
Good morning, friends. Let's have a view at derivatives. Friends, in yesterday's trade, what we've seen is that from the start of the session, market was trading in a narrow range of say around 30 to 40 points, but with negative bias. But a sudden buying interest in the market during last 1 hour of trade has not only led market to cover intraday losses, but also surpass the high of previous trading session and close on the positive note. Now, due to this, what we have seen is that long positions have been accumulated in the market. Now, if I talk about the volatility index VIX and the implied volatility, both of them has reduced marginally, say by around 10 to 60 basis point, and market has also managed to close above the VWAP level of 5,900. That is the weekly VWAP level. So a bias for the market now turns into positive, and on the higher side 6,000 is the hurdle which we feel the 6,000 is the hurdle which market would face, and on lower side 5,900 on closing basis is the level which we need to watch on. From intraday perspective, Allahabad Bank is looking positive, so one can maintain a stop loss of 150 rupees 80 paisa. JP Associate is looking positive, one can maintain a stop loss of 74 rupees 35 paisa. Mahindra and Mahindra is looking positive, one can maintain a stop loss of 889 rupees 25 paisa. And Jubilant Food is looking weak, so one can go short with stop loss of 1131.25. Thank you.
Here are the important news and events that we are tracking today. First of all, some negative news for the United Spirits, as the bankers have recalled the loans given to the Kingfisher Airlines, which has run into trouble. The deal between the UB Holding and Diageo could have some complications because of this development, so one can expect some negative reaction to the United Spirits and some of the other companies in today's market. Also, we've seen that most of the airlines are offering huge discounts, anywhere from 40 to 60% to the passengers over the next few days. And the airlines which are offering the discount are Jet, Indigo and Go Air. So operationally, fundamentally, this development is not positive for the airline company. So there could be some negative reaction because of this development. CCI is meeting tomorrow to consider the issue of relocation of NTPC's plans, also for the clearance of 12 coal mining projects. We've seen some strength in the NTPC stock over the past few days, so this could be an important development to watch out for NTPC. And in another development, the proxy advisory firm InGovern Research has urged the shareholders to vote against the resolution wherein they are looking at demerging the business into wholly owned subsidiary of Future Lifestyle Fashion. So expect some negative reaction in the Pantaloon retail stock in today's market. Reliance and two of its partners, Nikko and BP, are looking at investing about $5 billion in the KG-D6 basin to develop about 4 trillion cubic feet of gas over the next few years, and one can go long on Reliance with a stop loss of 832 and a target of about 874 to about 891. Binani Industries is in talks with few investors to raise about 40% in its cement arm, and one can go long on Binani Industries on the back of that with a stop loss of 108 and a target of 113 to about 115. Some positive news for NHPC is the Power Ministry is close to giving the environment clearance to NHPC, and that would help them build about 2600 megawatts of hydro capacity over the next few years. And it's also positive for some of the companies like NHPC, SJVN and Jaiprakash Power. So one can go long on NHPC with a stop loss of 28.25 and a target of about 31. That's it from all of us, friends. See you tomorrow at the same time.